Launch control, yeah. Now in a recent video I showed you guys how to install and well actually reflash your ECU. Now for my car I use software called KTuner, and that's specifically made for my Honda generation. So my Honda, this engine, this chassis and everything, this is all good for the K24Z3. Now KTuner, they also have a whole bunch of other software for other vehicles, but mainly they focus on Honda and Acura. But I'm going to show you today how to set up launch control. So I'm going to bring you guys in the car, and you're going to have to set up and plug in your OBD2 reader for your KTuner software and hook it up to your laptop. So I've got my computer hooked up to my KTuner software, and it's plugged directly into the OBD2 port. I have the key on, engine off, and we're going to go through this launch control function. So if you come up to the layout section right here, once you open it up, you're going to have these graphs with all these parameters right here. But if you scroll down and go into the second option, main parameters, you're going to have a rev limit option right here for the high limit and the lower limit. Now you're not going to be touching that. You're going to be going into the advanced features, and you're going to be playing around with the basic two-step. So this is what the engine is going to be setting the rev limiter to when you're in neutral. So when you're in neutral at a standstill, you're going to put your foot on the clutch all the way down. You're going to put your foot on the gas all the way down. And then whenever you're ready, when you drop the clutch, the car is going to go. So you want to set this value to whatever your car and tires are rated for. So say you initially set this to 5,000. So when you mash the gas pedal in the clutch, the RPMs are going to stop at 5,000 RPMs instead of 7, which is the rev limit. So when you do that, say if I set this to 5, if I were to set that to 5,000 just like I did right there, what's going to happen is the engine is going to rev up to 5 with both feet all the way down on the clutch and gas, and whenever you drop the clutch, the car is going to go. But when you set it to 5,000, that might be too high and your tires might spin. So you want to try and set this number right here to something low enough so that you're going to get hookup, but you're not going to be spinning, because you're going to want to turn traction control off when you're doing this. So for my car, I set it to around 3,000. Nope, no, that's a lie. Not 5 million. So I set it to 3,000 just like that. And then you want the restart to just be somewhat below it. So you can set it to 2950, 2975, or something like that. So the way it works is if it's going to be bouncing off the rev limiter, it's going to go 3,000, and then it's going to wait until it drops back down to whatever that number is. Now I'm setting it to 2975, and it's a quick, it bounces off the rev limiter fairly fast. Now in order to get this software onto the car, we're going to go up here, we're just going to save the file, save it, and then we're going to upload it to the car. Yes, we're sure we want to flash it. And then what's going to happen is down here, it's going to reflash the ECU. And once it's done doing that, it's going to start uploading all of the information that we have in here onto the ECU. So there it's erased, and now it's going to reflash. And as soon as it's done this step, we can go out and take the car for a spin. So did you notice that when I floored it, the tires, they screeched a tiny bit, but as soon as they hooked up, the car was gone. So my RPM that it's set at right now is 3,000. Now, if I'm probably gonna play around with it just a tiny bit more, probably lower it down to maybe 29 for the two-step. But if the tires, when you drop the clutch, if they spin a lot, you're gonna wanna lower the RPMs for the two-step so that when you drop the clutch, you're gonna get traction. Because you don't want the tires to spin in launch control. When they spin, you're not accelerating as fast as you can. So the way you want to set it up is you want to get it to its breaking point, almost to where it's going to be spinning, but not quite. And now, something to keep in mind is that tire temperature makes a big difference. If your tires are warmed up, you're going to get more grip than when they're cold. So keep that in mind when you're setting this up. If you want to set it up so that when your tires are warm, they hook up, or when they're cold, they're going to hook up. It's all up to you. But that's how you engage launch control on your car. If you guys have any questions regarding the video, throw them down in the comment section below, and I'd be happy to help. Again, guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace. foot on the clutch, put the car in first gear, put your gas pedal all the way to the floor, and whenever you're ready, just let go of the clutch.